Today I will give you a short hands-on test video about the new Olympus m.ZUIKO 7 to 14 mm ultra wide angle. Hey guys, my name is Frank and I am the owner and the CEO of the biggest photography school in Germany for hobby photographer. We do a lot of photo classes and photo workshops in more than 20 German cities. As well, we do a lot of photography travel. So we've been to Namibia, Iceland, Rome, Mallorca, Shanghai and so on. And if you're interested in some of the photography journeys to foreign countries, just leave a comment beyond this video. Maybe we will do some workshops in Namibia or Iceland or Shanghai or Rome or Mallorca or somewhere else in English language in the future. I produced a hands-on test video about the Olympus m.ZUIKO 40 to 150 millimeters in the past, and some of you wrote, why didn't you do it in English? And right now I will give you some information about the new Olympus ultra wide angle lens 7 to 40 millimeter, which I have since something over a week, and I did the first photos and some video material, and I will tell you something about these lenses. In the last year I used the Panasonic 7 to 40 millimeters, and the Panasonic is a good lens and it's ultra wide angle as well, but it has some problems, especially with purple fringing and with flares. And so when Olympus announced the 7 to 14 millimeters at the Photokina 2014, I thought, okay, hopefully it would be better than the Panasonic. I got the brand new lens from Olympus 10 days ago and I took it to some photo shootings. I'm especially do night shots and landscape. And now I will tell you something about the new lens and the differences between the Panasonic and the Olympus version. The main point is the maximum aperture. The maximum aperture of the Olympus lens is f2.8 and of the Panasonic f4.0. So it's one step more light with the Olympus lens. If you want to use the Micro Four Thirds systems for what it's developed for, so you need a small and light system, then maybe the Olympus lens is not the right lens for you, because the Panasonic is much smaller and much lighter. But you have the optical problems, like I told you, the purple fringing and the flares. And the purple fringing is really hard to remove. Even if you use in Lightroom the automatic removing tool, it's not always perfect, so you have to remove a lot of the fringing by hand. And that's the reason why I wanted to have the Olympus lens. The Olympus lens is optical much more better, so you don't will have the same optical problems. There is no purple fringing. I did a lot of backlight pictures and I can't see anything what is looking like a purple fringing. And the Olympus lens is much better if you do it shoot low light, because you have one f-stop more and you can use the camera with really poor light condition by hand. To give you an impression what's about the flares with these two lenses, I did 2 short video clips on the Olympus Photography Playground in Hamburg last week. One with the Panasonic and a second one with the Olympus. And there were a lot of top lights to illuminate the art at this photography playground. And in these 2 short clips you can see what happened with the Panasonic and what happened with the Olympus. And right now I will show you a few pictures I shot the last week so you can compare what happened. The Olympus lens is a little bit sharper even at the edges of the pictures, and the Olympus lens is much better if you need less deep depth of field because you have f-stop 2.8. But let's have a look at the pictures.
First of all, I would like to tell you something about the depth of field, because often in the internet you can read that it's not possible to have less depth of field with the Micro Four Thirds cameras, but that's not true. Even with the ultra-wide angle 7-14 from Olympus, if you use f-stop 2.8, it's possible to have less depth of field. I will show you some pics here and you can see it, that it's really a nice bouquet, and it's really a nice look with the not sharp background. The next thing I would like to speak about is flares with the Olympus. I told you with the Olympus 7-14 there is really no purple fringing and less flares than with the Panasonic ultra-wide angle. But it is possible to have flares with the Olympus as well, and the flares looks much nicer than with the Panasonic, because you have nearly round flares and you don't have flares with too many colors within one flare. So most times you will get red flares if you use the lens directly positioned to the sun or to a light. So here are some examples of the flares from the Olympus, and I like it because I don't like the flares made in Photoshop. They are really too perfect, but I even don't like if the whole image is filled with different colored flares. So the Olympus, if you want to have flares you can, but if you don't want, you can even have that. I used the Olympus and the Panasonic often at 7mm. The reason is I have the 12-40mm Pro lens from Olympus as well. And if I have a wide angle, I would like to use the wide angle. And you get a really nice picture look by using wide angle, because you get a big difference between the front and the background. And I took a lot of pictures with 7mm and I will show you them right now. As you can see, everything what is nearby the front lens of the 7-14 looks really big and the background looks really small. That's how an ultra wide angle works, and that's a typical picture look, and I love that. Then I used the Olympus 7-14 and the Panasonic 7-14 on two locations to compare them, and I did a lot of pictures with all full f-stops. So I used the Olympus at 2.8, 4, 5, 6, 8, 11 and so on, and I used the Panasonic with 4, 5, 6, 8, 11, 16 and so on, and I compared the pictures. The first thing you need to know is, if you want to produce flares with the Olympus, it's only possible if you close the aperture nearly completely. So at f22 or f16 you got some flares, but if you use 11.8 or less, there wouldn't be flares as well. With the Panasonic you nearly get flares over the whole aperture range, and that's why I don't like it so much. Then, if you have a look at the pictures, you can see that the Olympus is at the edges of the photo a little bit sharper, and it's sharper even if you use the maximum aperture the Olympus provides you. So if you use 2.8, it's sharper at the edge than using the Panasonic with f8.0, and of course you want to use the 2.8 because of the maximum depth of field, and then it's important that the lens is sharp at the edges. Then I used it in a typical backlight condition. You can see it here, and I will show you the differences between the flares with both lenses. At all the tests I did, I used a tripod and I only changed the lens, and then I took photos over the whole aperture range. And now you will get some freestyle photos I only took the last days by using the Olympus 7-14 Pro lens, so you can get an impression how the picture and the picture look is of this lens. I think it's a really nice lens. I will take it with me often and will take a look of pictures with it in the future, because I like the ultra wide angle look. So right now, have fun with the photos.
So if you like this video, just give us a thumbs up. And if you want to have some photography journeys and photography travels in English language, just leave a comment beyond this video, so maybe we can plan some for the future. Right now I have to say thank you for watching this video and have a nice day. Bye bye.